I wrote a letter to Swami. I am not afraid of death, but I have only one prayer in my heart. Before I close my eyes, Swami, just give me one darshan of yours. During 1983-84, I was staying in Prashantinilayam. Swami has given me in the old, it is called the old hostel, because first when the college started, it is extension of East Prashanti. There was a small room is there. So I was staying there, and I used to lead a very rigorous life. Get up early in the morning at 2:30, have cold water bath, do Surya Namaskar, do the meditation, do the japa. Always, it was an amazing time, totally focused on Swami. It was an amazing time. And during that period of time, my health was perfectly well. I did not have any problem. And due to the seasonal changes now and then, if I used to have some kind of, health issues, like cold and cough, I used to take little Swami's Vibhuti, and that's it. Everything used to be fine. And it was during that period of time, it all started with diarrhea. Next day, vomiting and high fever. See, I for one would never ever want to miss Swami's darshan. In fact, that is the greatest wealth today I have. I think almost every day, morning and evening, if I am there in Prashantinilayam, I had that day Swami's darshan. I never missed even one darshan. So, because this was too much for me, I could not go for Swami darshan for 2 continuous days. Then I sent a letter to Swami. Swami, I am suffering from high fever and vomiting and diarrhea. Look at Swami's compassion. Swami that time called Mr. Kudumbarao, who was in charge of Prashantinilayam then. Swami called him and said, see, this boy is suffering. Why don't you take one doctor and show? So doctor came that day, Kudumbarao, to that old hostel, and the doctor examined me and asked, so for how long are you having? I said, last 3 days, sir. Last 3 days. What medicine did you take? I took Swami's Vibhuti, sir. He said, what? Swami's Vibhuti? What is wrong with you? You're all educated class. Do you think only by eating Swami's Vibhuti you are going to get cured like this? So Kudumbarao was more cleverer. He said, you know, along with Swami's Vibhuti, if you take medicine along with Swami's Vibhuti, the Vibhuti will act as a catalyst, so you'll get cured fast. Good. So the next day, what had happened, the doctor has to go and report to Swami. And he went and told Swami, Swami, the boy is having last 3 days diarrhea and vomiting and high fever. And he has not taken any medicine. He is eating only your Vibhuti. All-knowing Lord. Mind you, Bhagavan is the doctor of doctors. He is the lawyer of lawyers. He knows everything. But when a person who has studied a particular knowledge, a branch, and who has got a degree, when he comes and says, Swami, this is the right thing to do, Swami says, yes. So Swami said, did he do that? Very, very wrong. So Swami also added to the fuel. So the doctor came, he was very upset with me. He said, I have to take you to the hospital, general hospital. So that was the Shivaratri time. And the previous Shivaratri, they have just opened, it was a small building. Before the hospital was on the mountain top, that had just shifted to the new building. On the Shivaratri day, Swami had opened that. So he has shifted me to that hospital room. And on the Shivaratri day, the hospital was completing the first anniversary, and Swami had told them that I am going to come to hospital. So I was admitted in the hospital. It was on the Shivaratri day. Swami did come to the hospital, and he came straight to the room where I was lying. He came and said, you fellow, you deserve it. You deserve it. When you are sick, you don't take medicine. Swami then said, you eat only Vibhuti. I said, Swami, give me prasadam. For you, I'll never give you, he said. He scolded me nicely. Then he went to the other room where the doctors have arranged. Those were the good old days that Swami used to even allow to do Pada Puja. So the doctors have asked, Swami has asked, what do you want for first anniversary? They said, Swami, we wanted to do your Pada Puja. Then Swami said, yes. So those were the good old days. Swami used to sit and they used to wash Swami's feet nicely and they used to apply the sandal paste. And just imagine God sitting in front of you and doing the Ashtottara Nama of the Lord. After finishing almost half an hour it took, the loving Lord came back to my room again. And this time he got me one grapefruit. He said, open your mouth, he said, all his anger. I opened my mouth and he put it in my mouth and he went back to the mandir. They were giving me continuous drip. So my diarrhea had stopped, fever has abated, but I was feeling miserable. Without having darshan, sitting in the hospital, what am I going to do? So I asked the doctors, don't you think I am all right now? They said, yes. Then why don't you discharge me? They also felt it is okay, so they discharged me. After going to mandir, I wrote a letter to Swami. Swami, by your grace, I have become all right. Now they have discharged me and I have come back. And those days, Brother Vijay Bhaskar, remember, whenever we wanted to give a letter to Swami, you write the letter to Swami, directly walking into the interview room, open the door, whoever is there, you hand over the letter, immediately it has to be taken to Swami. Any number of letters, in any day. Just imagine the chance what we had. We are the VVIPs, if you say. So that is the type how Swami used to look after us. So I sent this letter. I wrote a letter. It was around 10 o'clock. Swami was inside the room. I went and straight away gave the letter and it was taken to Swami. Swami read the letter and he sent me a strange message. Till then, Swami was providing me free food from the canteen. Swami said, whatever you want, you go and eat in the canteen. I will pay for you. You don't worry. So that was this thing Swami. Swami sent me a message saying that, ask him not to eat in the canteen. His parents are here. At that time, parents had just moved over to Prashantinilayam. Swami had given them a room. Swami said, let him go and eat in the house. Ask him to be very careful about his diet. Let him take only bland food. I started wondering, why Swami is giving all these instructions? I am perfectly all right now. After all, it was a diarrhea and vomiting. Why so much? But Swami knew the best. Within 1 week, my fever shot up. And there was excruciating pain on the lower abdomen, all continuous vomiting, and also diarrhea. So doctor came and told, I have to shift you back into the hospital. I was shifted back into the hospital, and they found that I was suffering from malignant malaria, which has affected my liver. And in turn, the pain was so excruciating, the liver has bloated up. So they found that, the medical record, even today they have kept, they say that liver has stopped working. No, they started decomposing inside. This was the situation. And the pain was so excruciating. So I had high fever, and to top it all, both my kidneys failed. There was no urine secretion at all for 36 hours. So I knew that my condition is quite bad. I asked the student who was helping me in the hospital, just get me a pen and paper. Lying down, I wrote a letter to Swami, most dearest Bhagavan, I think my last days have come. I am not afraid of death because one day everyone has to die. But I have only one prayer in my heart. Before I close my eyes, Swami, just give me one darshan of yours. I don't want anything else in this life. I sent that letter. Next day, I fell into a coma. Now, this was told to me by the student who was helping me. The doctors were discussing, the superintendent of the hospital and another doctor. Superintendent felt that there is no point in keeping me in the hospital because it was not such an advanced hospital. They want to send me to Bangalore. But the other doctor said, there's no point in sending to Bangalore because he's hardly going to live for another few hours. Having stayed in Prashantinilayam, let him die in Prashantinilayam. Why do you want to send him? He will die on the way. So this was the conversation between the superintendent and the other doctor, which was overheard by the boy who was helping me. He went for darshan in the morning, and when Swami came, he boldly got up and told Swami, Swami, Vedanarayanan is going. Swami asked, where? Swami, I heard the doctor saying that he will not survive. Then Swami called one of the doctors who was sitting in the veranda and asked him, how is that boy? He said, Swami, forgive us. Our medical science cannot do anything for that boy. His liver has completely gone. His kidneys have totally failed. Now, if you interfere, he may live. Otherwise, there is absolutely no chance of his living. This is what the doctor reported to Swami. Swami, many times he has said, my love for you is like that of thousands of mothers. You cannot possibly understand one mother's love. How can you possibly understand thousands of mothers' love? I came to know that Swami did not even have food that day. Immediately after bhajan, though both his drivers were absent that day, Swami called one of the sevadals and said, bring me a car. He straight away came to the hospital. He came to near my bed. I was semi-conscious. Swami said, hey, Vedanarayanan, open your eyes. I have come. I opened my eyes. I saw the beautiful form of the Lord in front of me. Swami waved his hand, created vibhuti. He unbuttoned the shirt and he applied the vibhuti on the liver which was protruding out. Then Swami did not want to discuss my case in front of me. He called all the doctors to the next room. He started asking each and every doctor, what is your diagnosis? What is your diagnosis? Then one of the doctors said, Swami, for 36 hours he has not secreted urine and it is in a very dangerous state. Swami said, why you people did not inform me before? Then Swami said, do whatever you can. We should not lose the boy. After saying that, Swami came back to the room. Why I am telling all these details is, for some of you, how it will be to be with Swami, just to give you the taste of it. Swami came back to the room. There was absolutely, his royal throne was not there. Nothing else was there other than my cot, which was towards a wall. Swami literally shifted me towards the wall and he sat on the patient's cot. Just imagine the compassion of the Lord, and he held my hand. I said, Swami, I cannot take anything orally. They used to give me a spoonful of coconut water and I used to vomit it out with basins full of bile because the liver had completely gone. Again and again they used to feed me. Swami, I cannot take anything orally, said. Swami said, who said? Come on, give me that coconut water. Swami took it in his hand. He gently parted my mouth and my lips and poured the entire coconut water into my mouth and it went inside. So beautifully you are drinking, Swami is saying. Come on, give me more. But it was not there. One of the doctors had the presence of mind. She went and took some distilled water, put some glucose and gave it in Swami's hand. Swami made me drink again. And so lovingly he said, whenever you have vomiting sensation, put an ice cube in your mouth, you will not vomit. Swami said, I will go to Mandir, I will send you one Viva bottle, I will send you an electrol, keep drinking that. Look at the compassion of the Lord. In that particular duration of time, every moment I used to get one injection. So almost 36 bottles of saline have gone inside. I told Swami, I cannot take any more injections, Swami. It is too much for me. Then Swami said, doctors buddhi ledu. No common sense for doctors. You come and prick my child so much, when you fall sick, I'll bring such big needles and I will prick all of you, Swami said. So that was the love of the Lord. Then Swami said, just check his blood pressure. Then one of the doctors came and checked my blood pressure. It was very high, like 200 by 150. Swami said, it's too high. Perfect blood pressure should be 120 by 80. And Swami smilingly said, just check my BP, how much it is. And in front of us, the doctor put that and checked the BP. It was 120 by 80. See my BP, it is perfect. That is how, with so much of love, for half an hour, Swami spent in the hospital, then said, you will be all right, don't worry. Then Bhagavan went to Mandir. This again I was told. There again my students and the other staff, they were waiting there. Swami went and told them, do you know? With all seriousness, Bhagavan said, I went to hospital. Vedanarayanan is dead. So all are stunned and they were looking. Hey, when I am here, how can he die there? Look at the compassion of the Lord. Swami had told the doctor that they should go and report about my condition every day. The next, after Swami left, within half an hour, my kidney started functioning normally. Now, but next day, something else happened. My entire body has turned yellow. Because my liver has gone, I was suffering from deep jaundice. The whole body has turned yellow. So when the superintendent early in the morning went and reported to Swami, Swami, the boy is suffering from jaundice. Swami waved his hand and created a beautiful lemon. Swami said, put it in the milk, make whey water. In the medical parlance, you have to remove the fat of the milk and the thin water should be. Swami said, give this and he'll be. So they were making me drink that. Within 2 days' time, the loving Lord came back to the hospital again. He came to the room. This time, of course, there was a folding iron chair which was kept there. Swami pulled that. He sat there. Of course, to keep his lotus feet, that beautiful footstool was not there. He lifted his feet and put it on the cot and he relaxed and sat. He created vibhuti and he applied again. And he almost spent half an hour assuring me that I'll be all right. And even after this second visit of Swami, still my fever was going very, very high. It was unable to control. It was during that period of time, I had a dream of Swami in the hospital. See, for me, usually I don't get any dream, neither good, bad, neither Swami's dream or nothing I get. But Swami has said that whenever Swami comes in the dream, only with his sankalpa, you can have Swami's dream. Even if you imagine, you cannot have Swami's dream. Unless Swami wants to convey something to you, Swami comes in the dream. In the dream, I found that I have become perfectly all right and I have been discharged from the hospital. And that day, night, from 1982, Swami gave few of us the golden opportunity to sleep every day night next to his room in the mandir. So as usual, with the other boy, I had gone upstairs to do my duty. So usually at night, Swami keep his door closed. That day in the dream, I find that all the doors to the bedroom, leading to the bedroom of Swami, it is open. There was light in his room. And the moment Swami saw me outside, Swami got up his bedroom, straight he came outside. With all the amount of joy in his face, oh, have you come back? I said, Swami, by your grace, I am perfectly all right now. Swami said, very happy, take Padanamaskars. I took Swami's Padanamaskar. Swami went back. Something strange I saw. Because the cot I could see, there was no pillow, absolutely nothing was there except a quilt. And Swami went and sat on the bed. And Swami was shivering. Swami was shivering, nothing to cover. So whatever the quilt which was there on the cot, he was trying to take that and he was trying to cover. I asked the boy next to me, what is wrong? Swami is not well. And the boy told me, from this morning, Swami is suffering from malaria. In my dream, I found that day morning, I have been discharged. Now, good old days, Swami used to take up other people's disease and he used to suffer. Because it is our karma that whether we get diseases, it is because of our previous karma. But when we get disease, what do? We cry out to God, God, please save me, please save me. How long a mother can hear the cry? So, somebody has to, the law of karma, Swami says, I will never interfere because I have made the rule. So, somebody has to suffer. So, Swami is to take upon himself and suffer. This was a shock for me. And from the dream, when I opened my eyes, I was still in the hospital. I could not take the dream. I started crying and crying so loudly that doctors from downstairs came running upstairs. What happened? I told them I had a dream like this. Morning, first thing, go and plead with Swami that Swami should not do this. Swami should not take. I know this is my karma which I have to undergo, but I don't want Swami to suffer. They told, no, it's only a dream. Go to sleep, go to sleep. And slowly I was crying and crying and crying. And slowly I went back to sleep. And the dream continued from where it left. I was standing and crying upstairs. Swami kept on looking at me. Suddenly he got up. He came. When he came out, I ran towards him. I hugged his feet and said, Swami, please don't do this. I know that this is my karma which I have to undergo, but I don't want you to suffer, Swami. Please, please. Then Swami said, hey, I still remember, Swami looked at me and said, "Ee dehaniki emundra? What is there for this body? I can take anything like this and leave it like this. You cannot do it. Take my pada namaskar," he said. I took his pada namaskar and the dream ended. The next day morning, my fever touched normal. Bhagavan again came to the hospital for a third visit. Now, Bhagavan came to my room, created vibhuti and applied the vibhuti and said, now onwards, you can have normal food. Then, the next day, of course, Swami went off to Ooty. But here, one thing I wanted to recollect is, dear sisters and brothers, just imagine, here is a lesson for so many of them. For the doctor who said that, is vibhuti going to cure you? You are not taking any medicine. Now, what is that which really cured me? Is it the medicine or is it the vibhuti? So, when this is a lesson for many of the people, when they couldn't do anything, they said that medical science, Swami, we cannot do anything. Now you have to interfere with his life. So, that is how, if I am standing here in front of you today, it is because of the picture of life what he has given in my hands. And it will be ungrateful on my part if I cannot serve him back with the life picture what he has given me. How much more time is there?